Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the newest products from Rare Beauty. I have two of the eyeshadow sticks that just came out. I have the shade Adventure and Contentment. To me, these were just like my shades. These were the most beautiful ones I saw so far. And then I got the eyeliner pen. What is it called? The Perfect Strokes Longwear Gel Eyeliner in the shade True Brown. And then I also got one of the brow pencils, and this is called the Brow Harmony Precision Pencil, and I have it in the shade Rich Taupe. So if you wanted to see how I got this look, and I did use all the Rare Beauty that I own. So yeah, if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep watching. Okay, so I have my foundation concealer on. I don't have a foundation. I wanted the tint, the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer, but I just haven't picked it up. They were out of my shade for the longest time, and then I just kind of was like, meh. So I just used my Revlon Color Stay. I used my Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer, used the Givenchy powder under the eyes, and I powdered with the NARS, this one here, Advanced, what's it called? Soft Matte Advanced Perfecting Powder in the shade Cove. And we're gonna get started on the bronzer. So I have two. I had three. I gave away, what is it called? Something Soul, Happy Soul. I gave it to my mom because it was just like not the right shade for me. So I have Power Boost, don't mind the mess here, which is like an orangier shade. And then I have Bright Side, which is her newer shade. And this one's a little bit cooler toned, so I'm gonna go in with this one. I don't like to just draw on my face. I prefer to just go in with a brush or on my hand and then do it. So maybe I'll do it on my hand a bit and then. But yeah, I really do like this one quite a bit. I do like Power Boost too. I just like this one a bit more for like a contour. So I am going to be using the Rare Beauty products, as many as I own. I don't have everything, obviously, but do have the newest products. And I always have an issue with my little gullet here, so that I am just gonna draw right on because I want a little bit more pigment under there. Super easy to blend. I find I have obviously a harder time to blend them when I draw it straight on my face, but it is really nice and creamy. It's okay for kind of a combo oily skin. I don't find it makes me like any oilier. It's kind of like a soft matte finish to this, kind of like the NARS Laguna in the pot. So that's how we're looking so far. I'm probably going to add, just because I am oily, a powder bronzer on top, which I normally always do. It's because I don't want things sliding off my face. I don't have an issue with this one like wearing off or wearing down throughout the day, but I do just like having that added kind of seal. I wasn't even gonna pick any of these up, but saw a lot of reviews already, and I just thought the brow, I was kind of like, should I get it? Because I have such good drugstore products, but I just wanted to see what the hype was all about. I wish they would have launched the gel, because I would have been interested in trying the gel for sure, but that one does not release, I believe, until August. I don't know if it's on her site right now, but it's not at Sephora. So if you were looking for that, that's what's up. I think it's so weird that it didn't launch at the same time. Like, why are they in PR boxes but they're not available? I don't know, I think it's strange. Obviously there was some type of delay, I'm assuming. Who knows? I don't know how production works, clearly. So this is how we're looking. This is Bright Side, and I'm gonna go in with probably just my NARS powder bronzer. Okay, so I am gonna also just give myself a little, there we go. Give myself a little tap tap. Feel like I'm looking a little shiny in the middle there. Okay. And NARS bronzer. So yeah, like I said, I have the two. I enjoy both of them, but I've been liking Bright Side a little bit better. I haven't actually used either one in quite a while. I don't know why. I've just been using powder mostly for summertime, just because I'm a little oil slick. And I'm gonna use one of the blushes that I haven't used yet on my channel. It's one of the newer ones. They're limited edition, but I believe they're still available. So I'm gonna be using the shade Virtue. I have 4 blushes, and I believe I've used 3 of them on my channel already. So I wanted to do something different and not go pink or mauve like I always do. So you can see how cool that is on my hand. And it's already like dried down, so it does feel more like a powdery kind of soft matte finish. Okay, so that's what we're looking like for bronzer. I had actually filmed a different video last weekend, filmed 2 last weekend. Go me. But the one that I filmed was kind of like an everyday get ready with me, and because these are newer, I kind of wanted to get this one out now rather than wait. So I think that'll be my next video. I don't love it. I feel like it doesn't look as good as what my normal makeup usually looks like, but whatever. That's how she goes. So this is the shade Virtue. This one I was kind of iffy about just because it's a little bit more orangey toned than I generally go for, but seems like I've been into the orangey tones lately. I am looking for, my Charlotte Tilbury. I like mixing this with the Charlotte Tilbury because I feel like it gives just a little bit of sheerness to the color. Ugh, I hope I can find it. I really should do this before. Somebody actually said you could mix it also with a concealer, so I think that's what I'm gonna do, just to tone it down a bit. So that's the shade. And I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of concealer and mix the two, like literally hardly any. And sorry, the other shades that I own are these ones here. This one is Happy, which I love. I should really wear that one more, especially this summer. Encourage, which I love during the winter. This is more of like a mauvey tone. And then this one is super popular. This is Hope, which is a nice kind of light pink. And for brushes, I'm gonna go in with my Sephora 64 brush and mix that. So that's what it looks like. I really want the Rare Beauty blush brush because everyone says it's amazing, but I can't find it. I don't think it's on Sephora Canada. Is it on Sephora US? I don't know. I swear I remember somebody tagging, or not tagging, but linking that brush. And then when I went to go click on it, it was like, sorry, that product does not exist. And I'm like, it does, it's just not here. So I'm just kind of toning it down a little bit with my sponge, but I think that's really pretty. I think I'm enjoying it now. Now that I'm into like kind of terracotta tones, I think I can get down with it. Kind of actually reminds me of Soft Red by Gucci, which is one of my favorite shades. So, okay. So again, I'm just mixing it up on my hand. I don't like to go directly on the face. I just find I get a much better application with a brush. And this brush is like seriously perfect for this. Yes. Sorry, I feel like I'm so close to the camera. Okay, I'm enjoying it. This is the one that I use for the Charlotte Tilbury, the Dream Pop, the matte. The matte blushes, because I find they're like a little bit harder to blend, but this is just like the perfect, it's like dense, but also is a stippling brush. So I don't know, it feels like it gives you that little bit of denseness, is that a word, that you need, but it also has the stippling to provide a really nice blend. Looks good, looks good. And I always apply a little heavier than I need to, because I find blush just kind of, my face just like eats blush. Like if you look at me when I first put my blush on compared to when I'm done, like I always have to add a little bit more. So we're looking like, let's do a highlight. I do not have the Rare Beauty highlight. I've been trying to get it forever and haven't been able to get my hands on it yet. So I think we're gonna go in with Peach Quartz by House Labs, which I've been using a absolute ton. And where's my brush? Going in with a Real Techniques brush. And I wanted to use Virtue today, not only because I haven't used it before, but also because I wanted to do kind of like a bronzy eye. I saw Nikki LaRose do a tutorial, and it was, I think it was Sophia Richie's like wedding makeup. And she did like an orangey kind of cheek. I think Sophia Richie used Picante from Nude Sticks, or her makeup artist did, I should say. And yeah, so Nikki did a super beautiful bronze eye, and I'm like, I really want to do a bronzy eye. And so I got the shade Adventure, the new eyeshadow sticks, and I also got the shade Contentment. So Adventure is very bronze, and I thought bronze would look really good with like an orangey kind of, or terracotta kind of blush, because that's what she used, and it looks so good on her. And I did try it. It was a whole different look that I tried, but very similar makeup, and I don't know, for some reason it just felt weird on me, but maybe that was before I was using these kind of warm tone blushes. But I will show you these anyways, enough talking. I'm gonna show you first, oh sorry, this is the eyeliner. Show you first Adventure, which is the one I'm going to be using. So this is what the component looks like. There is a sharpener on the end, which is nice, and I will show it to you on my hand here. Very smooth. Don't be rough with this, because I have seen it break on people's eyes. Tanya B. Wells did a video on these, and she got all the shades. I think her video is definitely worth watching, because it looks like a lot of the shades, some are drier than others. This one is super creamy, so this one is good. She really liked this one. And Contentment, I used on my eye the other day. I just tried it on one eye, and I found it really creamy. I think she thought this one was a tiny bit dry, but not as dry as some of the others. So this is Contentment. I did want to use this today just because I haven't really done any kind of like rosy tone eye looks, but I just feel like the bronzy one will go better with. So you can see this one, my lighting is just not doing justice to these colors. This one is bronzy, but it has almost an olivey type tone, and this one is more like a rosy gold color. This is kind of more what it looks like, but they're both really, really nice. Like I said, just be gentle with these when you're applying them. I think what I'm gonna do, because I don't have anything to really blend it with, I'm probably gonna use one of my bronzer sticks to blend the shadow. So maybe I'll go in first with the shadow stick. I'm gonna use Adventure right now. Right? Yes. Probably do one eye and then go finish the other eye off camera. So I'm literally barely even touching this. And I'm gonna blend it out with my finger, and then I'm gonna grab a brush and maybe use that bronzer stick to blend it out the rest of the way. I think this is what I don't love about shadow sticks, is some of them just dry like really quickly and you just have to work super fast with them, and I don't love that about shadow sticks. So this one seems like you do have a little bit of time, but not a lot. So I would say kind of work quickly. Definitely do one eye at a time. I'm not really getting anything off of this bronzer here. But yeah, I think what I don't like about shadow sticks is you can kind of see where it ends and where it begins, you know? That's why I like always taking a shadow and blending it out, because I don't like that look. Obviously with a lighter shade, they're much easier to blend out. You won't have that issue, but I don't have any of the lighter shades, so you know. Is this the right one here? Getting confused between my sticks. Nope, that's Contentment. Okay, now I'm gonna go back in and just add a tiny bit of color, because I kind of lost a little bit of that bronziness. And blend as fast as I can. What's going on in the corner? Okay, I'm gonna do my other eye and I'll be back. I'm not sure why this eye is not looking patchy and this eye is. It's like something's going on in the corner here. Maybe I put too much. I don't know what's bugging me though. Anywho, I'm gonna put a eyeshadow in the corner of my eye here. Let's just go in with the Makeup by Mario. Just the lightest shade. Yeah, so I didn't buy any of the lighter shades just because I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna use them. To be honest, I don't know that I'm gonna use these that much, but to me this eye looks okay. It's just something's going on there too. What the heck? It's like in person it doesn't look like it, but on camera it's like looking especially patchy. Let's go in with the eyeliner and see if we can kind of fix that. So I got the shade, where the heck? There it is. Kept picking up empty boxes. So I have this shade, I think it's called True Brown. Yes, True Brown. This is what it looks like. It is definitely like a cooler toned brown. Looks really nice. Smudge that out for you. And is this waterproof? It says long wear. So Perfect Strokes Long Wear Gel Eyeliner, and it's just a twist up. So we're gonna go in and see if we can kind of fix this area. I did watch Magdalene Janet use these, and I think she was having a little bit of difficulty getting the liner to look nice over top of a couple of the shadow sticks. Like, I think she had to kind of go over it a few times. I'm not really having any issues right now, but it could have been a different color that she used. So I'm gonna go in my waterline as well. And then I think I'm just gonna take a darker brown shadow and kind of blend it out just so I can get a more kind of diffused look. So I guess I'll just do that on camera, why not? While I'm here, except I want to use that really good MAC brush. Where is it? Whatever. I'll just use the Makeup by Ariel angle brush. And let's go in with maybe this one and this one mixed together. And this brush, I'm finding it's not as precise, so I like to kind of just pinch it together so it gets a little skinnier there. You get a more precise application. And looks like this liner has dried down already, so there's not a lot of time to work with it to kind of smudge it out. But I just kind of go above the liner anyway, so it's not a huge deal. I think I did my liner a little too wingy today. So maybe because I did go over this eye a few times with that shadow stick, it is feeling a little dry. It's like it's creamy going on, but it's feeling dry when I'm trying to blend anything above that. So hopefully it doesn't get like, you know how sometimes they get like crusty and flaky? That's what I also don't like about shadow sticks. Get a little crusty. So that's what we're looking like so far. I feel like that did help kind of mask any patchiness, but just so you know, it is possible that you might have a little patchiness. So I'm gonna go in with my stick again. This is Adventure again. I'm gonna go in with another brush. This is just a little smudger brush, and I'd rather do it on the brush instead of directly on the eye underneath. I don't know why, I just feel like it'll smudge easier. It's looking nice underneath the eye, smudging easily on this brush. And then I'm gonna go in the lower waterline with that True Brown again. I have to say, besides the blushes, because I'm obsessed with the blushes, none of the products I've tried have I been like really super obsessed with. I really like them, but it's like with the lipsticks, they're a little bit too dark. I wish there was like one really, you know, I like my like concealer lips, so I wish there was one really light shade that I could go in with that would maybe like cool off the lips, because I find all her shades are a little bit warm, or they're a little bit just too dark. Like I have Worthy, let's see, yeah, Worthy, and I have the shade Talented. Talented's a little bit too warm, and Worthy's just a little bit too dark. Like it's a nice like mauvey tone, but it's a little bit darker than what I would generally go for. So I like to just mix my lipsticks. So that's what we're looking like. I might add I don't want to add powder because I don't want to ruin, I don't want to take away from the pencil either. So maybe I'll just smudge that a little bit more. There we go. And I'm gonna curl my lashes. Sorry if this is gross to some people. I know it's kind of disgusting. So there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the mascara. I do really like the mascara. I don't love the mascara, but if you know me, you know it's because I love my CoverGirl Exhibitionist, and nobody has taken that spot, except Lash Paradise is really good too. I'd like to revisit Lash Paradise. The only thing about that one was it gets clumpy really fast, and what I like about Exhibitionist is you can go over it over and over again without it getting too clumpy. Actually, it's looking pretty good. Maybe it's because I use this with Exhibitionist that I don't love the look, but I kind of like it by itself. Okay. I have to say, Rare Beauty does have a great price point. I mean, things are still expensive. Obviously, it's less expensive if you live in the US. Like some of these shadow sticks, I think were a little more than I was expecting them to be. I think they were about 30-ish, 26 to 30, I would say. So it is giving quite a bit of volume, actually. So I'm gonna go and finish my second eye, and then we'll get to the brows as I continue and apply mascara. Also, if you've ever had this, it's so good. Diet Blackberry Ginger Ale. Yum. 5 calories. I mean, it's not healthy, okay? I know it's not healthy, but it's delicious. And it doesn't taste like ginger ale. Some people think ginger ale is gross because it reminds them of being sick, but it doesn't taste like that natural kind of ginger ale. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so now that my eyes are looking rock chic, they're looking pretty dark, but I like it. So again, can get a tiny bit patchy depending how much you're adding. I think if you're like applying, blending, applying, then I think things can get a little patchy, but you know, whatever. I think that's just how it goes with the shadow sticks. With any shadow stick I've tried, I've kind of had that issue. So now I'm gonna try the Brow Harmony Precision Pencil in Rich Taupe. This feels expensive. Like, this is weighted and it feels expensive. I believe this is 26 Canadian. The eyeliner is also 26 and the shadow sticks are 31, so they're not that cheap. My only issue with the brow pencil, I was expecting a shade like this, you know, kind of like a caramelly, taupey tone. When I got it, so like this, right? When I got it, tried it on my hand, it kind of has like a, it looks like there's like a tiny bit of like a reddish tone to it, and I'm like, what? I like cool toned brow pencils, but I tried it and it actually looked all right, so I'll just show you. So I like to just brush my brows up, and then you can see there's like it's not a pointed tip, but it's kind of like the Goof Proof, if you've seen that from Benefit. I feel like you can get precise with it. So I always go under my brow first, just to kind of like lay out a bit of a shape here. It does feel very smooth, but it's not like too soft. You know how some brow gels are just like, or brow pencils are a little bit too waxy? where like you know it's not gonna stay, you know it's gonna go kind of all over the place. And then I kind of just go on top of the brow, fill it in a little bit here. I'm trying to not press very hard because I don't want too much color to come off. But do you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's kind of like a reddish tone and I'm like, oh, what? That's not taupe. So you can see my steamer over there. I'm steaming my mattress. Does anybody else do that? I do. Anyway. Yeah, so I find it could get it's a little warm. And I'm like, it's taupe. Why is it warm? You know, I want it to look like this color. So I'm trying not to press too hard because I don't want my brows to look red. But I don't know why it's coming off a tiny bit warm. See? And then using it like this, like basically I'm flicking up. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of brow hair, but I don't think I can get as precise as I need to be with this. And I kind of screwed up my brow there. Like I like an even minier pencil. Honestly, I always buy them at the drugstore and they're great. I don't have any issues with them. So now I'm gonna go in with the gel, not the Rare Beauty gel because it's not available. I checked online, so I checked Sephora first and they don't have it. That one I believe is gonna be in August. I checked Selena's site and that one is sold out. So I believe it's available now, but I think it's sold out. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I could definitely be wrong. Now I'm gonna go in with, where's my brow gel? I found it. Okay, so I got my brows to kind of about the same point. You see what I mean? Why? Why is it warm? Why? It should not be warm. You know another one I love is the NYX Micro Brow, I think it's called. I really like that one. Benefit has some awesome ones too, but if we're looking for inexpensive pencils, CoverGirl has an amazing one. The Maybelline Brow Express is really good. I just don't think you need to spend a lot of money on brow products, but the gels, I have to say, I do spend the money on because they just work for me. And if they work, I haven't found an inexpensive brow gel that will actually, what the heck, sorry, I thought I saw something, that will actually stay in place. But this one is awesome. This is the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. And sometimes if I'm feeling like I've gone over a spot a little too much, kind of like right there or at the front here, then I will take whatever pencil I'm using and just take the spoolie and just kind of spread it out, and then it's great. So I always go in with my brow pen too. They do not have a brow pen, so I will go in with that after I do my lips. And I'm not going to show it just because I've already shown it before. I just go in with the NYX Lift and Snatch pen, and I use the shade Blonde, even though it's really not blonde. I wish it was almost just a tiny bit lighter. I think that's the lightest one they have. Because sometimes it can get pretty dark if you're not careful. And if it's really inky, it's weird. Like, that one is hit and miss because sometimes, like, I store mine upside down. Sometimes it'll be really inky one day and sometimes it'll be perfect the next. So my brows are never the same from one day to the next because the products I use are kind of, well, that one is kind of inconsistent sometimes, but I do love it anyway. I try not to go over it too much because I don't want to take all the brow product away that I just put in. But sometimes I kind of have to. It's like how you hold the comb matters. So I think that's okay now. And we'll just go in and brush it. I'm gonna let that sit for a second before I go in with my brow pen. So I'm gonna go do the lips. Well, I'm gonna stay and do the lips, I should say. So I think I'm gonna use, I have the shade Worthy, like I said, and I have the shade Talented. So let's just swatch here. So this is Worthy, definitely a kind of cooler toned mauve. And then Talented, which is kind of a warmer nude right there. So it does have a little oranginess to it. I think I'm gonna mix it with another one, but I will show you what it looks like on its own. I don't know what lip liner to go in with. Maybe I'll go do whatever. I don't have any lip liners by Rare Beauty. And this is the Pout to Get Real by Give in the shade Do Whatever. And I haven't tried the lip oils by Rare, and also I haven't tried, don't they also have lip gloss? I just really want a cool tone shade. Come on, Rare, give us a nice concealer lip cool tone. It's my vibe. It is really hard to come by a nice, I'm sorry if sometimes I don't make sense when I'm talking. It's because I'm like paying so much attention to what I'm doing and I'm talking at the same time. Anyway, it is really hard to come by a nice cool toned nude. It's so hard to find. All these like newer brands that are coming out with lipsticks and stains and glosses, all the nudes they come out with are warm, and I'm like, can we please just get a cool tone nude? Like Gucci, that's what's up. Okay, even Sephora collection, thank you. So Talented is the one I'm gonna go in with because it just matches what I'm wearing. You see what I mean? Orange. Orange. It's orange. And I'm not an orange gal. I mean, blush, yes, it does match the blush. Like, I think it actually looks good together. However, it's just not for me. It's not for me. So I always have to mix. So this is the Gucci. It's a little cooler toned, but I'm still not feeling it. Yeah, so the lipsticks for me were kind of meh. I do prefer, like I said, the other one just because it's a little bit cooler toned. but it's not my favorite shade. Talented. I'm even gonna mix something else in with it because I'm just still a little not my vibe. So let's find it. It is this one here. I always use this one, number 32, cream lip stain from Sephora collection. Put it in the middle to kind of lighten that. That's more my vibe. If you watch my channel, I think you probably know that because I'm very concealer lip, cool toned lipstick kind of gal. Again, I always fix my hair at the end of a video because it's just what I do. Yeah, so what do we think? This is how the look came out. I'm really liking actually the blush. Do you need this? No, you don't need any of them. If you have the Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks, you don't need these. The colors are beautiful. Like I said, they are very, very nice. But I did have a little bit of that patchiness, so I don't know. Stick with the blushes. Like, the blushes are awesome. The bronzer, so good. Not patchy. It looks great. Yeah, I just don't think you need them. I feel like I bought some from, let's see if I can find them. These are Wet n Wild sticks, and I love them. Like, they stay on all day. These are the shades. Let's see. They're called the multi-stick. This is, what is the name? Oh, here it is. Champagne Room. This is this one here. And then this one I love. And that is Nudie. Nudie Culture. So, I mean, you could find these at a way better price point. The colors, again, if you're just looking for these specific colors, then yes, for sure. They're not bad. I just think sometimes I have issues with eyeshadow sticks. Maybe that's just me, but especially when they're darker shades, if you want to blend them out and then reapply on top, sometimes that's where you'll run into like that patchiness. So yeah, I don't think you need them. Do I think you need the eyeliner? No. I think you could definitely find an eyeliner that's just as beautiful. Essence 18-hour wear hot chocolate, just as good. Just as good. So I definitely don't think you need this. It is really nice if you are looking for like a cool toned gel eyeliner pencil. Definitely give it a go. But it was a little bit hard to go over top of that eyeshadow. It's not that it was hard. It was harder actually to blend it out. So going over the shadow, I didn't have an issue, but it was blending it out with that, sorry, I don't want to get eyeshadow or lipstick on my sweater. But it was hard to blend out with the angle brush. I cannot even think. Yeah, so if you're going in with an eyeshadow to kind of smudge out that eyeliner, I feel like it dries really quick. So go in immediately, and I feel like I did, and it still felt a little dry, kind of trying to smudge it out. I think it's one that you just don't really smudge out. But yeah. And then what else? The brow pencil. Oh, I didn't even finish my brows. Hold. Sorry, I added just a tiny bit of my NYX Lift and Snatch. Is that what it is? Or is it? Yeah. Yeah, Lift and Snatch, sorry, in blonde. The brow. I don't know why it looks reddish. That's my only issue with it. Otherwise, I think it's like super beautiful packaging. It's nice and weighted. It feels expensive. But why is it a little reddish? Is it just me? Tell me. I don't know. It seems like it's coming off a little red. Like on my hand it doesn't really look like it, but on my face it does. Let's try this again. I don't know. I like it though. I would say yes. If you find your shade, yes. Can you find a really good brow pencil at the drugstore? Yes, definitely. But if you like your high-end brow products, then I think you would really like this one. That is everything. Obviously, like I said, blushes, yes, 100%. I would like to try the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer, but we'll see. I mean, I just have so many, I feel like I probably shouldn't buy any more for now. I need to use what I have. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed, and let me know what you think and what you'd like to see next. Thank you so much for watching. Love ya.